Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10. I cannot believe we're already 10 episodes in of High Scores and High Spots, your podcast home for all things professional wrestling and video games. I am your host, Ryan, and with me is my player two, my tag team partner, my older brother, Nathan.
Happy 10 episode anniversary.
What is the 10-day anniversary? Is there an anniversary for 10 episodes? We have a show for you. We got a show for you today. Obviously, we're gonna be talking some new upcoming games that are that were revealed during the NACON event that we didn't talk about on the last episode. So we've got some more of that coming on. And we're going to talk about the new releases and all things professional wrestling that happened over the weekend. So we got a lot of stuff to get to. Let's start with video games. Like I said, the NACON, what was that called? NACON, whatever it was called. NACON Connect 2022. We talked about, the RoboCop game.
Yeah, and the Terminator.
And the Terminator game. Well, they have also a couple other games that were revealed during this event. Something it could be pretty cool that I've looked into a little bit. It's called Gangs of Sherwood. Now, if Sherwood sounds familiar, yes, it is based on Robin Hood, but it takes place in a post-apocalyptic future. I'm going to be honest, it is a third-person PvE game, so it's a co-op game where you take on everyone. I'm not going to lie, this had Baldur's Gate. This reminded me of Baldur's Gate a lot because each hero has their own unique gameplay style. The four characters are Robin, Marianne, Friar Tuck, or Little John. So those are your four characters. Because Robin Hood, Marianne, Friar Tuck, or Little John. Each member has a distinct weapon, like a sword, hammer, bow and arrow. So it's really reminiscent of those four-person, games like Baldur's Gate and like those games in the past. It looks good. They did a trailer. So
dystopian future, but we're still in medieval times.
Yes.
You got bow and arrow and stuff.
Yes. Yes.
That is bizarre.
It's a dystopian future inspired by the legend of Robin Hood.
Very strange.
So basically, the gameplay is you set out, you try to obviously steal from the rich and give to the poor. There's also a sheriff has a flying castle. So, that's a new one coming out. It is set for 2023. This company, NACON, we've never heard of them till now. I don't know what is going on, but they have shit ton of games coming out. Another one, which is another new game, but it's an older game that's coming back. Test Drive Unlimited. Do you remember Test Drive, Nathan?
Yeah.
Yes. So Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown is a new game that NACON has revealed at NACON Connect. But this thing got it did not show any gameplay. It's going to be revealed in 2023. It did not show any gameplay at all, and so people were kind of like, So I don't know. This was first announced back in 2020. It was supposed to come out this September, but of course it's been pushed back. And it won't be on PS4 and Xbox One. It was supposed to come out for every console. It's now just going to be next gen only. They said sometime coming in the next 18 months. They keep putting out cinematic trailers. They have not shown an actual gameplay trailer at all. So take that for what it is. That could be something. They showed off more screenshots of the environment, but they still haven't shown any gameplay.
When you're working on 5 different games at the same time,
Well, I think what it is they're just the publisher. Like they're putting their name on, but they're not working on, because this one's being made by KT Racing. So I think NACON is just kind of they're like EA. They're just kind of putting their name on stuff. and they're probably not actually having a hand in any of these games. They're just putting their name on them. So, yeah, but the fans are not happy. People have been wanting a new Test Drive Unlimited game. They've been expecting it, and as of today, it was a 54-second trailer that showed just a bunch of like images of the cars and no real gameplay. So people are very upset, and they don't know what to think of this because honestly, when the games do this, usually it's not a good sign. When they
but at least they said next in the 18 months range, so there's still plenty of time for them to
I mean, again, if it's coming out 18 months, that means it's very rarely it could very obviously be still in very early development. So take it for what it is. Another racing game. Hopefully, it's probably going to try to be as good as the other ones, Forza and all the other ones. So we'll see what happens with it if we get more information. But it's going to be, according to the setup, it's going to be a luxurious island world recreated at 1-to-1 scale. So it'll be like real life scale. So take that for what it is. It's not a real island, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah. It'd be different if it was like Hawaii or something.
But there you go. There's they also, I want to go through the other games that they have announced that they're going to be coming out with. Also, they're going to be coming out with Blood Bowl 3.
I think I played one of those games.
Yeah, Blood Bowl 3 is going to be out for everything. This is one of the first games they're going to have that comes out for everything. So Blood Bowl 3 also coming out.
Blood Bowl is it's like monsters playing football, but it's turn-based. It's like an RPG football game. It's very weird.
Yeah. So they also announced a game called Session Skate Sim. As we know, Skate's coming back. And so I think they're going to try to get it in or release at the same time as that game, try to capitalize on that popularity. It actually launches in September. So there you go. So Skate Sim will be Session Skate Sim. This has been in development for a while. So it's supposed to come out on everything on September 22nd. Like I said, Blood Bowl. Also WRC Generations is coming out, another racing game. I'm telling you, I don't know where I'm telling you, they can't be making all these games. They just gotta be a publisher. There's no way.
Yeah.
But I think WRC is World Rally Car or World Rally Championship. So a new game of that will be launching October 13th.
Yeah, I've heard of those games.
Yeah. Apparently, the game to be green, they do not have fossil fuels. They're all hybrid electric cars.
Nice. That's gonna sound great on my PS5.
But yeah, so obviously, like I said, those also coming. We've got Ad Infinitum, which was announced for April 20th, 2023 for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Switch. I have no idea about that game. Let me look into it real quick. It is a it's a game. It looks like it's kind of like a horror survival game.
Right.
But it takes place in World War I. So interesting. Chef Life, a restaurant simulator. That is what you think it is. Will be coming out February 2nd, 2023 for Switch, PSC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Clash Artifacts of Chaos, February 9th, 2023 for everything. Crown Wars, The Black Prince, sometime in 2023. Hell is Us, 2023. Paradise Project, 2023. Raven's Watch, 2023. Steel Rising, September 8th, 2022. And War Hospital. Those are all the games that were announced during the NACON. Plus, they also showed.
They do a lot of simulation games.
They do a lot of simulation. It looks like a lot of horror games, or thrillers. Yeah, Hell is Us is a third-person action adventure game.
I like it.
Kind of a semi-open world, it says. So yeah, a lot of action, adventure, horror, and then a lot of simulators. So this company came out of nowhere, but they're just a publisher, so they're throwing their name on all these games. The developers, they're not developing any of them, so take that, Paradise Project is another survival open world combat game. It's a zombie game. So there you go. So yeah, that's all the games that are coming. A lot of them sound pretty cool. Again, I don't know who Nacon is. They've come out of nowhere here recently. They've only been making, this company has been around forever, but this new name has only started in 2018. So very new company, but they're making a lot of cool games, it seems. And so they might be a company to look out for, a publisher to look out for on the rise in the future here.
Yeah, I got some PlayStation news, Ryan.
Okay.
Not good PlayStation news. So in Australia and a couple other countries, on the PlayStation Store, some movies got taken down, and they were movies, that people had already bought, and you can't access them anymore, even if you bought them. And so that's not a good thing in the future.
Yeah, that
so
sucks.
You put a lot of money into a lot of money into movies on your PlayStation. So you bought them. So that's so hopefully that doesn't happen in the States. It hasn't happened yet, but that doesn't mean it won't.
Yeah, that's crazy. That really sucks. Hopefully, I mean, that's what we've been talking about in this podcast a lot. It's the future of gaming's all digital, and then if something like that happens, you're just fucked. I mean, it sucks. I don't like it, but I mean that's how it goes now. Hopefully that gets. I mean, yeah, they can't get them back. That sucks for all these people that spend all this money and then just adios.
Yeah. Well, here's one thing that here's a promising thing, Ryan, is all these guys that do all the hacking and all that stuff. Well, there's some people, Ryan, because as you know, the Wii's online got shut down, right? But there are some people that if you have a hacked Wii, and actually you can do this with an unhacked Wii also, you can access the server, and they're keeping like games like Mario Kart on the Wii and some other games. They're keeping them alive, and they're keeping it to where you can still play them online. So it's like PlayStation for some reason. It's like Sony did go out of business. I'm sure there's some online community that's going to pick up where Sony left off and try to keep these games going where you can still play them, and hopefully. Yeah. So there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel of the digital future. I think these online gamers, they're smart enough that they can figure ways around it to keep it going. So hopefully they can do that. Ryan, what kind of releases we got this week?
Before we get to releases, there has been another hack of a gaming company. A hacker group has now claimed that they have hacked into Elden Ring. Yeah. So Bandai Namco, who is the publisher, they have apparently been hacked by the ransomware group Black Cat. But right now it's unclear of what they have gotten and what they want for it. But yeah, they have claimed to have ransomed Bandai Namco. So right now we don't know what the extent of this hack is, what they want, what they could potentially leak. I would assume it would be credit card numbers, whoever's been playing the game, stuff like that. I have no idea. I don't know how they could get that with Elden Ring. Did you use there's no purchases in Elden Ring, is there?
Yeah, you can purchase them.
Okay, well that might be what it is, but I don't know. Yeah, they're so there's another hack. This shit's been happening way more recently. Hopefully, I don't know what happens here. But I guess we'll find out more hopefully soon, and hopefully they can fix whatever they got. But yeah, so that's all we know for now is it's been hacked. And then they attached a screenshot of the blog, and it says Bandai Namco is under the threat of data soon. So I assume they're going to be asking for money, and they're going to probably just releasing personal data from people who played the game and whatever that. So that sucks. If you play Elden Ring, maybe secure your shit now just to be safe. Change your passwords. Potentially look into your credit cards, make sure nothing fishy is going on there. But yeah, on that note, let's go to releases for this week of July 11th, 2022. Going to be honest here. There's a lot of games, but not a lot of great games. So we're going to go through July 11th through July 17th, which would be next Sunday. Starting with July 11th, we've got one game come out today, Neon Blight for PC. July 12th, we've got Monument Valley 2 Panoramic Edition for PC. XEL for PC. Crut the Mythic Wings. It is a fast-paced hack and slash side-scrolling platform that is coming out for everything. PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC. That could be interesting. Garden Story for the Xbox Series X and Xbox One also is a game that's already out on the Switch and PC. It is now making the jump to Xbox. Garden Story. It's a garden game. I don't know what.
Isn't that like a damn cell phone game?
It looks like it. Yep. It looks a lot like that game everybody's been playing on Switch that your daughter plays.
Animal Crossing?
Yeah, it looks a lot like Animal Crossing, not gonna lie. Century Age of Ashes makes its come to the Xbox One and PS5 and PS4 and Xbox Series X. So there you go. Century Age of Ashes, it's a free-to-play multiplayer dragon battle game. Free-to-play games. Time on Frog Island. Time on Frog Island is coming to PC, PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X on July 12th. Cast away on an island paradise, complete with a cast of friendly frogs. Enjoy sandbox island life and explore at your own pace, solving sticky situations for your new friends and trading your way to fixing your ship. Again, it looks a lot like Animal Crossing. Not gonna lie. Fist Forged in Shadow Torch. It's coming to Switch. It is a PS4 and PS5 game that's now making the jump over to Switch on July 12th. It is a China Hero Project selected game. Take a glimpse of the original story in the arcade-style combat in an interconnected Metroidvania game map combining Oriental city view and gorgeous diesel punk aesthetics. Get that? You understand what that game's about? Because I don't.
That is a hodgepodge of shit right there.
Yeah. Hellpoint is coming to PS5, PS5 and Xbox Series X. I think it's out on everything else. But it's coming to next gen. A dark sci-fi action RPG set in the aftermath of a massive quantum cataclysm. Every living being quickly lost their mind as their memories and bodies were merged with alternate versions of themselves from parallel universes. So there you go. Next gen. It's already out on the Xbox One, PS4, PC, Switch, all that stuff, but it's now coming to next gen. July 13th. Huh?
I'm saying next gen. I think you should call it current gen, Ryan.
Current gen, I guess. Rayland for the PS4 PS4 and PS5 and Xbox One and Xbox Series X and the Switch. Rayland, the synopsis is: your mission is to help the inhabitants of Rayland to transport the energy of the Domus through the various lands contained in the path. For this, you must correctly position the reflectus and rotate them so that the energy rays reach the necessary Domus. It's a puzzle game.
Sounds like a puzzle game.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game. You just move blocks around to make the laser hit a certain spot. Sounds like that would be like a not a fun game to play on console. We also got The Tale of Bistun, a story-driven action-adventure game. So there you go. It's out for Xbox One, PC, and that's it. That's weird. I thought I was going to keep going, and then it was just Xbox One and PC. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Time Lock VR 2 for the PC. Necrosmith. I thought that was going in a different direction. Super UFO Fighter for the Switch. The space sport Super UFO Fighter is all the rage in the galaxy, and UFO pilots known as swoopers are battling out today. I had no idea what that game was about. That's all I get. But pick it up for the Switch, July 13th. Tamardino's Freaking Dinner for the PC. A first-person horror.
What the hell?
Oh, it's a successor to Babybos Mausoleum, of course. This game says it's a mix between a 90s sitcom, Luigi's Mansion, and Clue.
What the? Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea. We get a lot of the same games coming out on later consoles, so I won't go through all of those. Mothman 1966 for the PS4. Super OLED Champion Edition is out for PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. A runner-style platforming adventure game. Escape Academy is out for the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. This is that puzzle hacker escape room game. Could be interesting. It looks, it's got decent graphics. It's more of a cartoony style graphics, but it could be interesting trying to play a escape room game. That's coming out July 14th. Yeah. Pascal's War Definitive Edition is out for the Switch. Dinkum for PC. Spider Swords is out for PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. It's inspired by classic action games and Saturday morning cartoons from Days Gone By.
All right, down our alley.
It's from the development team behind Contra 4. Basically, it's a half spider, half dinosaur hybrids, and you got to fight them off. Interesting. Worth Life for the Switch. It's a farming and life simulation game. A bunch of PC games. July 14th, we got Power Wash Simulator for the Xbox One and Xbox Series X and PC. There you go, Nathan.
Yeah, somebody can come over and just power wash my house if they want.
For the PC, we got Toilet Chronicles.
What?
It's a first-person horror comedy game with a mystical setting where you're trapped in a public restroom and need to find a way out with the help of your toilet neighbor.
Oh my god!
I found my next game I'm gonna play.
How that game could only be like 5 minutes long. Get out of your bathroom? Like, what the fuck?
Kursk focuses on the Russian submarine disaster that occurred in 2000, where the Russian submarine. Oh, this is a real game. Oh God.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's already out for everything else, but it's coming to Switch. I don't know if I want to play a game based on a real life fucking disaster.
Yeah,
DC League of Super Pets: The Adventures of Crypto and Ace is coming to PS4, Switch, and Xbox One.
They already got a game for that? That movie just hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah, well, there's a game, so there you go. You don't see that very often. You don't see movie games much anymore. It's interesting.
Especially they come out before the movie even comes out.
By the way, I told you there was a lot. We got a lot to go here. Running on Magic for the Xbox One, PS4, PS5, Switch, and Xbox Series X. Yeah. Dread Out 2 for the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PS4, and PS5. Another third-person action-adventure survival horror game.
Seems to be a pattern.
Yeah. It looks decent though. It uses like a smartphone ghost hunting. 80s Overdrive is coming to Xbox One on July 15th. I had that on the Switch, but it's now coming to Xbox One. So there you go. Ultimate Muscle Roller Championship is coming to PC.
What?
Combine wrestling, gym, and cars in this incredible racing championship amongst the most muscular boys from around the world.
Okay.
PC games are fucking weird.
Telling you, man.
Pokemon Puzzle League is coming to the Switch. The remaster of the Nintendo 64 game it's coming on July 15th to the Switch. Did not even know that game existed, and now we're getting a remake for it. Gum Plus is coming to Xbox One. Gum Plus is a game about sticking to things you love and everything else too. You can take control of an amorphous blob of magical gum. What the fuck are these games? What is happening?
Flubber. Basically flubber.
And the last game on the list is Shred Remastered for the Xbox One. It's a remake of the 2015 game Shred Downhill Mountain Biking. So it's a mountain biking game.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Mountain biking.
There were a lot of games I didn't list because there were a lot of just PC games that I talked about the ones I thought sounded funny. But there legitimately is a whole bunch of games coming out this week. It's insane. So, yeah, next week we've got one of the biggest games ever. Stray is coming out. So,
yeah, I can't wait to play as a cat.
And then As Dusk Falls, which is getting pretty decent reviews, will be coming out next week as well. And if I remember correctly, that's coming to Game Pass, I thought, because it's an Xbox game. So if that comes to Game Pass, I will probably play that as well. There you go.
Yeah, that Stray game, man. I wonder if I can poop on stuff like my cats do.
Like on your bed?
Yeah.
But there was legitimately, I skipped over probably about 7-8 games that are PC only that are just weird games that I didn't want to talk about. But this week's a whole bunch of games. So check them out. There's going to be a whole bunch. If you're a PC gamer, you got legitimately like 20 games to choose from this week that are coming out. So
yeah.
That was a crazy adventure we just went on. All right.
There's some people in weird games. All right, let's get into
pick up the Toilet Chronicles game. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's get into wrestling here, Ryan.
That must
Not
be
a whole lot happened.
that must be that game I've seen on TikTok. People playing. I just didn't know what it was. Apparently,
God, sounds bad. All right.
All right, yes, let's go to wrestling. Again, there was not a lot to talk about, but there is some stuff to talk about that happened over the weekend that we'll get to as far as news and headlines and rumors. But first, let's go with Smackdown and Rampage from Friday, July 8th. Smackdown was a show with very little wrestling.
Yeah, but we had no models.
But we had more models.
Like 20 minutes worth of time. It was ridiculous.
They took up a quarter of the show. Smackdown was weird. Not a lot of wrestling. Liv Morgan was there, but we'll get to it. Roman started the show off and just talked.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
And then Theory came out, ran around the ring, and left. What the fuck? I don't know what that was about. But that happened. Shanky and Jinder Mahal took on the Viking Raiders. Viking Raiders won very easily. Because Shanky wanted to dance. Then the New Day came out. And then they were going to fight the Viking Raiders, and then the Viking Raiders beat them up too. Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther. I almost called him Ludwig Borga. Fucking Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther come out. Basically, he's doing a like an open challenge. But it's gonna be Kaiser. Gonna take the challenge. Nakamura comes out. He challenges Kaiser. This was the longest match of the night. Shinsuke Nakamura gets the win, and then Gunther chopped the fuck out of Kaiser.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is not a breakup and it's just a tough love situation. Because they just fucking brought them up. Like, there's no way you can break them up already.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't think so.
I mean, it is WWE, but
it is.
So then come back from the ring. Liv Morgan is in the ring with Michael Cole. Natalia comes out for whatever reason. It's basically she says the reason you're champion is because I injured Rhonda. Rhonda comes out. Natalia and Rhonda wrestle. Rhonda beats her really quickly. That's it. Waste of a segment.
Yeah.
Waste of a segment. Then Max Dupree had the MMM 2022 tennis collection. Like you said, this was about a 25-minute segment. It just kept going on. Fuck.
I don't even know how they drug it out that long. It was crazy. So what is this don't lead to anything, or is it just something that we're gonna do for a while?
I mean, I like it, but it's just so stupid. Like, it's so over the top. I like it, but it is so dumb. It better lead to like them being a team and actually wrestling, because right now it's just annoying as hell. Aaliyah's in the ring. Lacey Evans comes out. No reaction, so she returns to the back. Her music hits again, and then she basically turned heel on the fans.
Yeah, what the hell?
She basically says that, she's an American hero. She put their life on the line to them. And until she gets the respect she deserves, everyone can go to hell. And then she hits Aaliyah with the woman's right. This is probably what you should have done from the beginning. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I don't think the fans really want to cheer her.
The Usos beat Los Lotharios very quickly. And then we got Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. Sheamus comes out and he starts.
This match was like 5 minutes long.
Well, Sheamus and McIntyre are supposed to wrestle. Sheamus says that I can't believe they're doing a fake fucking COVID storyline here. But Sheamus comes out, starts to cough, and says that he can't compete until he gets tested. So then they had Butch and Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre kicked his ass, like you said, about 5 minutes. And that was the end of the show. That was your main event.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And yet the show still did like 2 million people. I don't understand it. The show sucked. From start to finish. There was like nothing about this show that was good. Like the male models is funny, but it's funny as in like it's so stupid it's funny. So like it's not good. That was the only thing on the show that made me like halfway interested. Everything else in the show sucked. They made Liv Morgan out like, okay, she's a champion, but then she didn't even wrestle. They didn't accomplish anything on the show.
No, not at all.
Other than that, Rampage accomplished a lot on their show. So anyway, Rampage from July 8th as well. Kicked it off with Eddie Kingston versus Kanuska Takeshita.
God.
I don't know. What is it? Tashika? Tasheta?
Yeah.
See? You don't even know. So he's Takeshita. This was a decent match. This was very sluggish, though, at the end here. With basically both men falling over and then Kingston winning because he fell on top of Takeshita.
They knocked each other out, Ryan. Come on.
What an ending. I was liking it, but yeah, that ending was weird. Then we had Gates of Agony versus Jonathan Gresham and Lee Moriarty.
Yeah, you got to see some more. I guess Lee Moriarty is going to be in a Ring of Honor too. This is basically almost a Ring of Honor Rampage.
Yeah. So this match happens where Gresham fought these two dudes for the whole match. And then at the end of the match, he walks away from Moriarty. The Gates of Agony win the match. And then he joins up with fucking Tully Blanchard and the people he just wrestled against.
Yeah, it would have made more sense if you wouldn't have got in the ring and beat him up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it why they turn him heel. But sure, it's happening. I don't think his match for ROH Death Before Dishonor has been announced yet. But I would assume it's going to be against Lee Moriarty.
I would think so.
That makes the most sense. But yeah, that was weird. So now Jonathan Gresham is a heel with this new group of Tully Blanchard. Yet we still haven't seen Brian Cage wrestle.
And we still haven't got an ROH TV show.
Yeah. Speaking of ROH, the ROH Women's Champion was in tag team action as Mercedes Martinez and Serena Deeb took on Christina Marie and Kayla Sparks. They went back. This was they started bickering a little bit, but they won. This match was very quick. Deeb won the match with the Serenity Walk.
Maybe these two wrestle for the Women's Championship at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's leading that way because Deeb then locked in the Serenity Walk on Martinez after this match. So it looks like that's probably going to be the women's title match at Death Before Dishonor as well. So
that'll probably be pretty good.
In your main event, Tony Nese versus Orange Cassidy. Why? I'm not sure.
I don't know, but basically, if Orange Cassidy would have lost, apparently he would have had to sign a paper to get rid of Swerve Scott off of the roster.
I don't know. That's been a thing they've been doing, and I don't know why they've been doing that. It makes no sense. But so my two favorite people in the world were both in this match because fucking Danhausen showed up as well. So I had to do with Danhausen and Orange Cassidy in the same segment. Danhausen cursed Nese, who then turned around into an orange punch and Orange Cassidy got the win.
Yep.
What this night of wrestling was weird. Friday night was a weird show, man. Just it's fucking weird. I don't. I would go around the wrestling world, but not a lot happened.
Yeah, there wasn't much indies.
GCW had 4 shows last week, had no shows this week. So yeah, not a lot to talk about as far as indie. I can look up maybe something big happened, but there was no Warrior Wrestling, there was no GCW.
What about any news and stuff, Ryan? We got some news or rumors?
Well, we've got news. So Natalia, they had a triple threat match for the women's title at a house show. Natalia, Ronda Rousey, and Liv Morgan. So this is very weird. Natalia, Liv Morgan at the end of the match hits her move on Natalia. Liv Morgan pins her. Natalia immediately just gets up after the pin and leaves the ring.
Yeah, she barely got the 3 count because Natalia kind of got up before, like right after the 3. Yelled at her, said something to her, and then got out of the ring and walked off.
Natalia, this video was going around, and Natalia tweeted. She didn't deleted the tweet. She tweeted, "I'm breaking character right now, but I actually said thank you if you must know." And then, but it didn't look. If you watch the video, she gets up and she like shakes her finger at her, like yells at her, then leaves immediately. Yeah, she popped up like instantly after the pin.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird. I don't know what this was. If this is like a plan thing, I don't see WWE doing this as like a plan. But I have no idea, man. I have no idea. This is weird. It got to kind of the wrestling world kind of in a hissy.
Yeah, I don't think she said thank you.
Didn't seem that way. No. So that's weird. It's very weird. The people behind the reporters, the Wall Street Journal reporters, that broke the Vince McMahon story, they were on Busted Open Radio this morning, and they basically said that they said that they asked them whether or not the allegations this was the end, and they said, I think it's probably not done yet, and we're continuing to report. They say, quote, I can't say that we don't know about another $7.5 million NDA.
Good Lord.
If you're asking if there's something bigger than a 7.5 million, no, that's not something we have in our back pocket. We sort of left it all on the field in this story. There are a couple things that we didn't know that we're still reporting, and sometimes in similar scandals elsewhere, there are people who have something to share who become a little bit more emboldened to talk about it when some of the first coverage has happened. We're still working to figure out if there are such people out there. So they're not saying that there's more, but they're saying there's the potential for more. So that's the update on Vince. Who fucking knows, dude? I hope this is the end of it, but it don't seem like it's going to be the end of him. I mean, honestly, it doesn't.
No,
seem that way.
because here's the deal. Here's the deal. One of the board members already walked out because I guess he walked out before that story broke, so I guess he knew that was coming. He was just like, I'm out. I'm done. I think, honestly, if they were going to do something, they would have done it immediately. Because if you look at other big companies, when something like this happens, and some of it is consensual, and it happens, and they immediately act.
Yeah.
And they haven't done nothing. Like, we haven't heard anything, and this has been, 4 days now?
Yeah.
So I don't think the board's going to do anything. I think, like I said before, the only way anything's going to happen is if they hit him in the wallet. If Fox or USA say that they can't work with him, or if advertisers start pulling out, that's the only way it's going to change, because the board's not going to do nothing.
Yeah. Speaking of weird, since we don't have a lot to talk about here, I'm gonna be that pretty clear because there was not a lot of wrestling. So in 2 weeks, on July 20th, Nathan, did you hear about this match that's going to happen on Dynamite?
No.
Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho are going to wrestle in a barbed wire death match.
Oh, okay.
But the Jericho Appreciation Society members are going to be locked inside a shark cage. And this is happening because that week is Shark Week on Discovery, and they have asked AEW to do a sort of tie-in with Shark Week.
So they picked a shark cage.
So we're going to take this blood feud that's going to be a fucking barbed wire death match, and we're going to make it silly by having the fucking Jericho Appreciation Society locked in the shark cage.
Now,
why? I get it.
This is like shit that, remember, this is like stuff that, WWE did this a long time ago. Remember when Jerry Lawler was up in a shark cage?
They did it with Enzo.
Yeah.
I mean, shark match cages are dumb. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's silly. It's stupid. It's because, especially with, and I like them, but those 2.0 dudes are going to be so over the top in that cage that it's going to take away from the seriousness of this barbed wire death match.
Oh, yeah.
Good God. But that's coming up in 2 weeks. I cannot wait. Because I just can't fucking wait. I can't fucking wait for that, dude. I guess we can get into a little Raw preview because that's all we got left.
Yeah, let's do a Raw preview.
Lesnar's going to be there.
Really?
Yeah. Brock Lesnar will be on Raw tonight, and he's going to address the last man standing match against Roman Reigns. I would assume Theory is going to come out, or somebody is going to come out because
probably gonna get F5.
Yeah, somebody's going to come out. They're not just going to have Brock come out and talk. He's going to do something. Bobby Lashley is defending his title tonight against anybody who wants a shot at it. So that's, and I guess it's an open challenge. So that could be interesting.
Who do you think is gonna? Who do you think is
like
gonna
Otis.
accept that?
It'll be like Otis or something.
Yeah, probably.
Apparently, and I'm assuming they'll do more stuff with Bianca Belair and Carmella and Becky Lynch and all that stuff. The Street Profits and the Usos will probably both be there because they're gonna have a match at SummerSlam. So we'll see what that means.
Okay, let's talk about the Street Profits real quick, Ryan.
Yes, let's do that.
Because on TV, like in the matches and shit, and in backstage, they haven't showed one hint.
Yeah.
That you're gonna break up.
Yeah.
But on NXT, which it has nothing to do with the Street Profits, they talk about the announcers talk about the Street Profits for some reason, and they're like, oh yeah, they're having a lot of issues. What?
Yeah, well, Kayla Braxton brought that up too, and I'm like, where the fuck are these issues? Like, they're not arguing during the matches. There's no like backstage tension. They're not teasing it at all. They're just saying, oh, there's talks that you guys aren't on the same page. Where?
So why are they doing this? Like, what's this gonna turn out to be, Ryan?
I don't know. Dawkins it's obviously coming soon. Because Dawkins has been tweeting a lot and talking a lot about how people are overlooking him, and they keep talking. And he goes, no doubt. He said that no doubt Montez Ford's probably a future world champion. But he goes, I feel like, basically saying I feel like I could be there too, and everyone's overlooking me. And I hope they don't have a heel turn because I'd rather them just say, hey, we're gonna mutually just go for singles titles for a little bit, because it never works. Every time they do these tag team breakups. Every time they try it, it never works. And every time one of the guys just ends up falling apart and not being used at all.
If they do a heel turn, if it is Dawkins that goes heel, which I hope it's not, but if it is, I hope he joins like MVP or somebody.
Yeah, give him something.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like I said, like Dawkins is, I feel like Dawkins is completely underrated. And he's been killing it the last couple matches he's had, but it's just, I don't want to see him break up, but obviously, I mean, we're not seeing it on TV, but they're talking about it. So apparently it's going to happen, even though we're not seeing it during the matches and we're not seeing it in backstage segments, but it's happening apparently.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh, weird.
This company. But yeah, that's about all I got. This was a slow news day or news weekend, I guess. Not a lot happened. There wasn't much wrestling. Not a lot of big news came out. That's, so yeah. I guess that's unless there's anything else you want to talk about, that's about all I got.
Do you think Paige can show up on AEW this week?
This week?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I don't know, man. I don't know. She's a free agent 100%, right? So she can, she's a free agent. She can do what she wants. But I don't know, man. I don't know what it could be. What
But it's Fighter Fest this week, or like,
yeah.
So I mean, we got kind of like a special show, so something could happen.
Something could happen. It's the next 2 weeks. It's Fighter Fest, so I mean, something could happen. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
I feel like with these special shows, they need to build them up a little bit. Like, it just comes like out of nowhere. It's like, hey,
yeah.
Fighter Fest.
I did not know that it was Fighter Fest this week until I looked it up like today.
Yeah.
But It would be cool, even if she doesn't wrestle. I think just having her in that company would be beneficial to the women there. As just like a consultant, if anything,
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. She could go somewhere. She is doing some independent shows, not wrestling, I don't think, but she's going to be there doing some independent shows in England. She's going back to England to do a couple shows. So I don't know. I saw a report that says that WWE may bring her back within a year or two. If she does get cleared to wrestle, then they might bring her back, or they might, if they find something for her to do, they might try to bring her back. Because she doesn't want to leave. That's the thing. Like, she doesn't want to leave WWE. Like, she didn't want to leave. So I'm sure if they found something for her and they wanted her to come back, she'd probably just go back. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where she goes. I mean, obviously she's a free agent. She can go wherever she wants, whatever she wants. So see if she does the independent stuff for a while, or if she does sign with Impact. I mean, Jordan Grace said she wants her at Impact. So
true.
She could go to Impact. I don't know. Or she could go back to England. I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's about it. That's gonna wrap this one up. Again, it was a slow news day, so we kind of had to scramble to make some stuff happen. Wednesday, we're gonna be having another fantasy booking, or Thursday show. We're gonna have another fantasy booking episode. Plus, in video games, we're gonna be doing another history of gaming segment where we're gonna look into the history of gaming. Also, we're gonna be talking Raw and NXT and previewing Fighter Fest Night 1. So all that's coming up on Thursday. As always, you can follow us on all the social media at SabraiENT. Facebook, it's High Scores and High Spots. No, we do not make belts. No, we are not a company. We are a podcast. Yeah, all that Sobriety Entertainment or Sobriety ENT across all platforms. You can watch this show on YouTube if you feel. All that stuff. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. For Nathan, I am Ryan, reminding you to always hit your spots and set your scores.
Later.